Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. I'm using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart for our reading today. I'll choose 3 cards and I'll also take some from the base of the pack as well. I'll choose one from Anna Start's pack as well, as there is immense light entering Mother Earth, and the integration of the new frequency of 2024 could be a little overwhelming. We could feel tired. We may feel that we've not got any motivation. It's just to rest, allow things to integrate, not trying to force anything, not going into conflict with ourselves or anyone else for that matter. So I'm setting the intention for a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective, for anyone who views this video. We have the moon in Virgo all day, and Mercury goes direct today in Sagittarius. So taking a nice breath now, and we'll start feeling energy start to shift. We already have Jupiter going direct in Taurus in this beautiful earth energy. So with Jupiter moving direct, it brings luck into our lives. It brings expansion. It brings opportunities. And I just feel after Jupiter has been in retrograde in Taurus, where we've been learning our lessons, and now this is the rewards of going within, of neutralizing and dissolving anything that is of a duality. So when we have not gone into conflicts, when we've stood in our own light and without any judgment of self or others, we are moving into this place of beautiful, heavenly, uplifting consciousness. So Jupiter showering us now with blessings for the next 4 months. We're going to feel it, especially from February. There's just an energy coming through in February. We have in bulk. All the planets will be moving direct. Uranus, who is also in Taurus, been retrograding in there, I think from around August, starts to go direct on the 27th. And Uranus is a very slow moving planet. It takes about 7 years to transit through each sign. So as Uranus starts to move direct also on the 27th, we're going to feel the difference. We're going to feel like the brakes have been taken off and we're able to move forward. So I'm setting the intention for a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective, for anyone who views this video. So there we have the 6 of Pentacles, the Death card, and the 9 of Pentacles. So we've got quite a bit of her earth. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Wands, the 6 of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. So some beautiful energy coming in, and even if it is feeling overwhelming, if we're still integrating, we've just come through Christmas and the new year. This new frequency is absorbing and connecting and integrating within us, to just give ourselves that time. So the 6 of Pentacles is all around giving and receiving. As we give, we receive. So this is taking it into a higher frequency of being kind with everyone, with giving from an open heart with no agenda, with being open to being our authentic self and giving ourselves that way. And the universe then responds in a way that we, whatever we give, we receive. So as we come into this beautiful alignment of 2024 with the dissolving of our ego, we're going to see with clarity, and this is the gift I feel 2024 is bringing to us. It's bringing us the strength to stand in our own light. It's giving us the clarity of ourselves and helping us to dissolve our ego, because now we feel when we step into that ego, we feel when we are listening to it, it takes our energy, it takes us into worst case scenario. So as we're dissolving that and we are not projecting it into our life, we start to then bring in divine abundance. This year of Saturn is reaping the fruits of our labour. It's a karmic year. So when we give from our heart, that's how we receive. We receive divine abundance. So this is a beautiful energy of sharing, of not holding back, of helping however we can, as long as it's not benefiting ourselves. That if we can give financially, we give financially. If we give in wisdom, we give wisdom. Whatever we have plenty of to share, because ultimately this is all around the 8-year, as above, so below, as within, so without. So reaping our fruits of our labours, being open to receiving them. So a beautiful energy of 6, bringing balance. And there are the colours of the chakra as well, looking at where we may be blocked. So if somebody gives us a compliment, or we cannot give a compliment, where we can't give kudos to someone, where we can't share with somebody, look at which chakra that is affecting us, because that's where the block is. That is where the energy is receding. That is where the ego is residing. To look at that within. If we can't share, where are we holding on to that fear of not having enough, or giving our light away? As we share, everyone benefits. So some questions to ask ourselves during this time, as this energy is coming in, the 2024 energy, the frequency of 2024, the 8, symbolising strength, symbolising empowerment, but also to empower others. 13, the Death card, this is release. We're releasing those layers now of our ego that we know now when we step into it, because it doesn't bring us joy. It conjures up some feelings of maybe anger, frustration, all those lower frequency thought forms that we have all been subjected to. But now when we're stepping into our ego, we really know it doesn't feel right. And we're starting to shed the layers of our ego. Because at one point, it did overshadow us. It overpowered us. Now it doesn't. And as we are taking in more light, there is a cleansing and dissolving of our ego, which is conflict, which is keeps us in a place of separation. Why are we fearing forgiveness? Why is there a block in forgiveness or forgiving some situation or someone? Where is that block coming from? Because ultimately we will just keep going through life until we awaken to it. This is a card of Scorpio going deep into the emotions and dissolving them. It's not to weaken ourselves and making sure thinking everybody else is right and we're wrong. We can still have our own minds with our own beliefs, but being open to everybody else's as well. Giving everybody space to be themselves as we wish the space to be ourselves. Coming from that place of manipulation, that if somebody does something different, that we no longer want to be part of their lives. There's such karma going on. So during this time of this waning moon, allowing things to fall away, bringing peace, anything that is not bringing us peace, let it go, let it dissolve, surrender it to God, surrender it to our higher self. So there is still some shedding, which is perfect, which is good, because we all know now when we are stepping into that place of not feeling right, of not feeling energized, to take a pause. This is a major card, and it's working within us all, because we're ultimately all walking a spiritual path, whether we understand it or not. So people around us who are going, oh, this light is coming in, may be projecting out in an unkind way, maybe judging others, or maybe projecting some old fears, some old patterns towards us, or we could be doing it without even realizing. We will know when we start to feel off, to take that time to just go out in nature. Know that this energy and the divine is asking, surrender this now. Surrender it. You've learned the lesson. We don't need to keep going over the same old ground. That dance is done. We're starting to dance to the beat of our own rhythm, not everybody else's melodies. So there's a death, a falling away, which is beautiful. This is the cracking open. This, to me, looks like the cracking open of the light within us. Moving out into a place of peace, of owning and being responsible for our energy and what we are emitting, and whatever energy we are placing into a relationship or into a situation, knowing that that energy is going to grow. So placing peace there, even if we don't understand it, just place peace. place light, surrender our feeling. The Nine of Pentacles. This is well deserved rewards. So as we let go of that heaviness, we rise up. You can see there he is stood on that platform with an aura of gold. And this is true alchemization that we have all been going through. Alchemizing those lower energies, those lower thought forms. Choosing to see from a different perception. A perception that's filled with light, with love. And as we do, we start to raise up. And we connect with this beautiful, divinely abundant energy that brings in prosperity, that brings in good health. It takes work, and these two cards are pentacles. It's earthly, it's in our reality. It's what we are facing, but we've been given the beautiful gift of transformation, because as the old shadow, the ego, there is no not serving us, that blocks us, that is tells us everything that we're not, and what other people aren't either. It's just a pure low energy projection. It's going with the work that we've been doing. We are allowing everybody their own opinion, and we are stepping into a place of non-judgment of ourselves, regardless of what anybody else may be saying. No judgment, in complete alignment to the truth of who we are, which is light. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune starting to change now. Jupiter moving, and that huge planet that is so full of positive energy after the retrograde in Taurus, churning stuff up, asking us to look at where we are blocking ourselves, where we are constricting ourselves, now starting to move forward and showering us with these blessings that is going to happen, and we're all going to receive these blessings no matter what star sign you are. I know for Geminis it's very beneficial, but it's beneficial for all star signs because it's been affecting each and every one of us. It's a big planet, so it's a very positive planet, very powerful one. So the wheels are changing. We're shifting now from going within to actually seeing the benefits of all the work we've done in our outside world. Some little things may come up for us to be aware of, because if we're not aware of them, we'll start tripping up over them. It's a dense energy. If it's not one of freedom and liberation and ultimately oneness, we will keep tripping up over it, and after a while it starts to affect our physical, and then it starts to cause disruption in our lives. So surrendering it while we're in this energy, this huge amount of protonic light coming to earth, huge amounts of solar light coming to earth, and in this solar light there is divine intelligence, and we are all being affected by it, and it's showing us where we are not in flow. So as we shift that, we shift those judgments, we start to flow into the most beautiful timeline, which we're all going to start to shift into, we're moving into, we're merging in with. But as we release and release and release, we merge into fortunate, positive, divinely abundant timelines. The Ace of Wands, and we can see the rainbow light that keeps presenting itself. We came into the new year with rainbow clouds. That, to me, it's our loved ones in spirit bringing through that peace, letting us know that they are happy and here helping and guiding us into happiness. The rainbow is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. All the chakras coming into alignment. And the pot of gold is our crown when it connects to the divine. We receive clear communication with our loved ones. And this is also is the flute. He is playing this instrument in an aligned way. And again, I'm being taken to our words, keeping them in that beautiful place of magic, because our words are spells. They're actually, our thoughts create, but our words intensify because they are a vibration. And when we're saying unkind words, we are being unkind to ourselves, regardless of whoever we're speaking of. We're actually bringing that energy towards us, that toxic energy towards us as we're speaking it. We're being asked to release it so something beautiful can birth in its place. This is the card of Scorpio. Scorpio is that deep energy that is of beautiful transformation. So this is us rising up our chakras as the chrism, the rising of the kundalini over Christmas time, as we're starting to feel it. So it will be letting us know where we are blocked, to make peace with ourselves and our life, because we've chose it. We chose everything. We can't blame anybody else for our choices. There are responsibility. And if we've made choices in an unconscious place of fear or however, we stay conscious in the energy of those unconscious decisions and bring consciousness there, transmute it, which brings in this beautiful energy of the rainbow bridge, of connection with heavenly realms, receiving the beautiful passion-filled opportunities, whether it's our love life or our career, new things coming in now. This is coming from spirit, this is coming from the divine. Then we have the Six of Wands. Again, this is the Holy Grail. Finding the Holy Grail within. It's not outside of us. It's not in anybody else's behaving. It's within us. And once we tap into it, nothing and no one can take us out of alignment. We tap into that Holy Grail which is within, and it guides us on our holy path, on our soul path, which is far happier than our ego could ever take us. we are now starting to reap the rewards. This is Jupiter, Sagittarius there, the Venus in Sagittarius, Mercury moving direct now in Sagittarius, and Mars in Sagittarius. So we're still aiming, we're still sending our intentions, but this card is saying when we do it in alignment, when we feel from the Holy Grail within, from that sacredness within that we all are, then they hit the target. With the ego, we miss the mark, constantly miss the mark, get frustrated because it's not happening. When we come from a place of whatever we do to another or whatever we say about another, we're actually saying it about ourselves. And how beautiful is it that when somebody comes and they are maybe speaking words that are coming from their pain, but projecting it onto a situation or another, how beautiful is it that we say, well, I find that person nice. And we give a beautiful energy of healing so that person knows that I can trust that person. I can trust, there's a trust there, and also a healing for me to be, to walk in that place of transmuting instead of creating something that's unkind. Bringing new beginnings. And I love this card. I will always say it reminds me of Jesus, of Mary. Jesus, when she was pregnant with Jesus, walking through the cherry trees, and she was hungry, so all the cherry trees bent, and she started to pluck and eat the most beautiful ripe cherries, reminding us that we are germinating. Our manifestations within us are seeds of manifestation, and the universe will provide everything to feed, to nourish our manifestations when we're doing it from a place of alignment. And this is Saturn is frequency of the number 8 year, and is reminding us whatever we put out there this year is going to come back. It will come back in whichever way, shape or form. When we're putting out good there and nourishing, beautiful words for everyone, we will be nourished. So this is a time of reaping the fruits of our labours. Jupiter showering us with blessings, each and every one of us, to be open to receiving those blessings. Knowing that Mercury is stationed direct today, so communication being flowing, the complications of certain communications starting to fall away now as we're moving. This is a gift. We have this beautiful gift here of a new beginning, new year, to walk through graciously with love and joy. So a beautiful reading today, and I'll choose one from Anastasia pack as well, setting the intention for a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective, or anyone who views this video. There we have clear and activate. Create a sacred space. Create a sacred space to release. As we're moving through this portal to the new moon on the 11th of January, which is a doorway. It will be A111, which is Christ consciousness. So create a sacred space and do some releasing, writing and burning, however, whatever ritual you do that is still bringing through some misalignment within, some distortion. Create a sacred space, because we're going through these powerful activations this year. And whether we know it or not, we are transparent. Very transparent now. We're becoming clear and clear, because as we are rising up, the light that we're taking in is the clear light of God, which is transparent. So being open and honest and being in that place of integrity. Powerful activations, and this is a number 9 card. So it's things closing out now, being able to let it go, taking a breath and stepping into how we would feel without this heaviness, without this confusion, without this aggravation, without this pressure. Because Saturn will bring pressure if we're out of alignment. It will pressurize us until we come back in alignment. So a time of just sitting, not with any way of releasing, with the intention of releasing, coming back into this light, the rising of the phoenix. So beautiful cards, wonderful blessings coming for us all this year, and also the transparency, staying in that integrity. So I'm sending so much love. Thank you for listening, and God bless. Thank you.